Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the next session of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. In the last session we got through the day 1 the third case, in which Maya has been framed for murder, a very common occurrence in Ace Attorney. We lost too, like not even like I lost, like we were supposed to lose. But then someone came in at the last second and was like, hey, you guys, you just lost even harder. But you lost so hard that we're going to give you another day, basically. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're going to do some investigation. Hopefully it doesn't last as long as the first one, because I'd like to get to the trial on this one. I don't want this to be broken up into, like, two big things. That wouldn't be that great. What do I do now? I can't believe Maya and I were actually found guilty. This trial need not drawn on. Okay. Defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then... Phoenix Wright. Guilty. Oh shit. Yes, Phoenix is donning the tiger right now. It looks pretty cool. Mr. Wright! Albie! Saw the whole trial. What's going to happen to Miss Maya now? I'm worried about that too. But right now... Seen this. I need to focus on the next trial. Murder of Acolyte Zealot, right? At least the jury is still out on that one, so to speak. Two murders are most likely connected. If I can get to the bottom of Acolyte Zealot's murder, it might give me the ammunition needed to overturn Maya's guilty verdict. Let me help you investigate. I want to assist you any way I can. I appreciate it, Albie, but we're talking about a murder. Yeah, but it's going to be hard for a foreigner to investigate this on his own. You have a point there. I wish I knew what to do. What do you want, Rafa? What's going on? Isn't that your benevolence? Princess Rafa? Oh, it is you again. The dead lawyer walking, guilty of abetting a murderer under the Defense Culpability Act. I see she hasn't lost any of her charm. Why the long face? I thought you'd be glad I was found guilty under the DC Act. I am in no mood to take joy in your suffering. For I was unable to defeat you, and had to leave the job to others. I failed in my sacred duty as the royal priestess. Guess that answers my question. I have misunderstood the voice of the Matama yet again, or have I? This cannot be. Drama Queen! All I did was defend my client. I can't bear to see her looking so sad like this, though. Your benevolence. Your benevolence! Oh. Barbed head. I thought you had already begun your journey to the Twilight Realm. I'm not dead yet. I still have an investigation to do. For tomorrow's trial. What's this? Do you mean to say... You have not given up yet? That's right. I'm going to prove Maya innocent tomorrow. But why? Why do you refuse to give up? I cannot fathom such oh wow. Okay, It's just a word I haven't come across before. Obstinance? Is it supposed to be like a form of obstinance? Obstinacy? Is that it? I know what obstinance is, but like... Obstinacy. You know what? We're gonna look it up right now. Because we can. Because of my setup. Obstinacy. Okay. I know what obstinate means. It's a form of obstinance, right? Correct? Yes.
Obstinacy.
Okay, yeah, it's just exactly how it looks. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like something different, maybe. Okay. That clears that up. Obstinacy. Probably not a word I'm going to use very often, seeing as how it's... I can't say it very well. You know, I used to not be able to say the word gullible. And I'm not, like, it's not like a joke, like, oh, gullible's not in the dictionary. No, I'm serious. I couldn't actually say that word. Like, I was like, gullible. Like, I just got tongue-tied every time I tried to say it. But now I can say it, gullible. You really don't want? But aren't you worried that a lawyer backed into a corner by the DC Act might do something desperate, like forge evidence? What's this? If left unsupervised, I'd be free to do whatever I wanted, you know? Okay, now to see if she takes the bait. Yes, I see your point. Barbed head. Yes? I know what happened yesterday. You perpetrated some sort of fraud or other misdeed while I was not watching. Huh? That explains why I misunderstood the voice of the High Priestess' soul. Yes, of course. Nah, that is the only explanation. I was just trying to cheer her up. Now she thinks even less of me. I must not allow you to sully our sacred hall of justice with your misdeeds ever again. Therefore today I will be monitoring your every move once more. I will not fail to spot your misdeeds this time. The moment I see anything out of the ordinary, I will send you straight to prison. And you, boy, do not throw your lot in with this foreign devil. But your benevolence... It's okay, Albie. You don't need to worry about me. I'll be back before you know it. First, I should probably lighten my load a bit. Holly, would you mind holding on to some evidence for me? Of course not. I'm always glad to help. That's not a good idea. Unnecessary evidence loaded onto Albie. May the Holy Mother's blessings be upon you. Now then. Scene of the crime is the logical place to start. If I recall correctly, the body was found at the Plaza of Devotion. Nope. Fuck. Looks like the police already finished their investigation. To think someone would be killed here. A place devoted to prayer. A body outline and flowers? Did someone leave them here in memory of the deceased? And there's something different about the prayer flags today. As the High Priest's disciple, Acolyte Zealot was utterly devoted to his training. First the High Priest, and now his devoted disciple. Maya Fey will pay for this. Just keep trying to tell you, Maya has nothing to do with any of this. And you can prove this? How? What do you think I'm doing here? Gathering dirt and dust for the trial? You and your smart mouth. This is precisely why you and your lawyerly ilk are so reviled. Hey, Mr. Wright. Hey! Emma! It's that detective from your country again. Eep! It's the princess! You seem displeased that I'm here. Oh, no, don't be silly. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry about what happened to Maya. It's not your fault, Emma. You were just doing your job. And if I had just done mine... Mr. Wright. But it's no use crying over spilled milk. Would you mind telling me what you know about the murder? It's do or die in court tomorrow, and I mean that literally. Gladly. I'll help in any way I can. Remember, I have my eyes on the both of you, so see to it that you commit no misdeeds. Of course not. You're talking to a professional here. Let's see, how about starting with an overview of what happened? Sure. The victim, Prey Zealot. He was the high priest's disciple. His body was discovered around noon today, right after the rite wrapped up. So, during the high priest murder trial. That's right. Apparently, he had been there praying since the day before the rite even started. Talk about serious devotion. Yeah, it barely lasted a few minutes. This is a picture of Mr. Zealot's body. Dagger in his upper back looks like it would have been particularly painful. I just want to know if it's actually him or not. It's got a peach symbol on him. Is that a tattoo on the back of his neck? It's peach-shaped. Everyone started leaving when the praying was finally done. But the victim remained bent over in prayer, and when they went to check on him, they discovered he was dead, right? They couldn't tell, like, at all? He had a fucking knife sticking out of him. Yes, the estimated time of death is May 9th, sometime between the start of the rite and the discovery of the High Priest's body. In other words, we believe the crime took place during the purification rite. Then the murder weapon was the same ceremonial dagger that killed the High Priest. The prosecution believes Maya came down the stairs after killing the High Priest, and then stabbed Mr. Zealot with the same dagger. Circumstantial evidence does point to Maya, but weren't there like a bunch of other people around praying too? Yeah, because when Phoenix woke up, the murder had already happened and people praying were still here. So are you seriously telling me that people believe that Maya came down and stabbed someone in the back? Right in front of all those people? Even though they were deep in prayer, I'm pretty sure the guy would have gone like, or, you know, something. Whatever. What about the cause of death? No, probably a dagger, I'm guessing. It's probably... Apparently died instantly from the died instantly. Okay, that was left thrust in his upper back. Here's the autopsy report. Cause of death was a spinal cord injury from being stabbed in the upper back by a bladed weapon. A bladed weapon. That's about it, though. Estimated time of death, you say? How can you do such a thing? I want to know. Well, barbed head, out with it. Oh, so the princess of the Spirit Medium Kingdom is interested in forensic science? I have no interest in science, forensic or otherwise. Nevertheless, I will someday be a queen. Or just be queen. As such, it would be wise to know what silly things the common folk believe in. There's nothing silly about it. I'll have you know, even Prosecutor Sadmati holds forensics in high regard. Does he? Perhaps I should not underestimate the power of science. Still, I suppose it is nothing much compared to the divination seance. I don't really like the divination seance. I like the mood matrix. I don't know if I stated that before, but whatever. She really doesn't have an adorable bone in her body. Emma, I think she's actually interested. Would you mind explaining it to her? So you can actually explain it to me? I guess I have to now. Okay. There are many ways to estimate the time of death, but the most well-known method uses the change in body temperature. Interesting. Body temperature drops at a steady rate from the moment a person dies. That means we can tell how long someone's been dead by measuring their temperature. I see. That was quite enlightening. Barbed head, present your forehead now. What? Why? You feel just a little over 95 degrees. It seems you are not dead yet. Of course I'm not. It was but a jest, after all. You're still the dead lawyer walking. I failed to see the humor in any of this. Were there any witnesses? With so many people here at the plaza, you'd think somebody would have seen something. You'd think so, wouldn't you? But we haven't found a single witness. How is that even possible? Because everyone was bent over, utterly devoted to prayer, naturally. Oh, of course! Oh, right, the back-shattering pose that nearly killed me. Still, you'd think someone would have noticed something. Yeah, really, right? Like, come on. I thought so too, but with the monk's scarf he had on, no one could see the dagger in his upper back. Plus, everyone was absorbed in prayer. They didn't see or hear anything. I can't believe this. What you choose to believe is your choice, but the fact remains that there were no witnesses. However, there is one piece of irrefutable evidence. The dagger. Sadly, yes. Could you tell me more about the murder weapon? The killer used the Warbad dagger, the legendary weapon of Lady Kira. It was discovered impaled in the victim's upper back. The accused's fingerprints were found on the dagger, were they not? Yes, they were. Nothing in there says that Maya's fingerprints were found on him. With such irrefutable evidence, there is no questioning the accused's guilt. Not so fast. What about a motive? Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zealot. What do the police think about this matter? Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zealot. So you say. But let us now hear what the police think about the matter. The police believe Maya is the Lady Kira figure who's been battling the rebels. And since Mr. Zealot was the disciple of the High Priest who turned out to be a rebel, he too was likely a rebel, and therefore met the same ultimate untimely demise as his teacher. Yes, that is how the police currently view this crime. There's no way that Maya is Lady Kira's is that Lady Kira vigilante. I agree on a personal level, but the police are just going to go with are just going with what today's trial concluded. I really blew it in court today. Guess all that's left to do is to examine stuff, huh? I like this music. So these flowers were left here in memory of Acolyte Zealot? What are they called? They are known as Namanda. They are given to express sorrow when a life is lost. It seems offering flowers in memory of dead is a universal practice. Flower kurai is used to pay tribute to departed, expresses heartfelt sympathy. Acolyte Zealot died and bent over a prayer. There's no trace of blood on the ground, though. The fact that there's so little bleeding could mean that it was a single stab to a vital point. Not that it would have been very difficult, considering the position he was in. Nothing to that? Wasn't there something different with the prey flags? This prayer flag looks much newer than the rest. Your benevolence? What does it say here? The dearest wishes of our subjects are written upon these prayer flags. Reading the prayers of others is considered rude, but if you must know, it says, at the usual spot, bring grub, the key too. That is one of the more direct and practical prayers I've ever seen. I wonder if it's even a prayer. Has some writing on it. Take a look at it. We still have all this shitty evidence that we're probably never going to use. At the usual spot, bring grub, the key too. Okay, we could probably look at the door as it was locked. Figuring out. I remember as in the court we found out it was locked, but maybe we can actually take a look at the lock. To think I would witness a lawyer being allowed to pass through this sacred gate. Yeah, well, I wouldn't unless I had to. Those stairs were brutal to climb. What's this? Do you even know how many monks would give their lives to pass through that gate? Be thankful for the great honor you have been afforded. Yes, your benevolence. Okay. Oops. To think I would witness a lawyer being allowed to... No. There we are. Obviously these are called prayer flags, and the prayers written on them are carried throughout the kingdom by the wind. Now, if I were to pray for something, it would be for me not to get dragged into any more trouble than I already have been. Wait. Acolyte Zealot was killed in prayer pose. With his head bent over like that, the last thing he saw must have been this rug. It's a prayer rug woven by devout monks. May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon his departed soul. It's strange that there are no bloodstains, though. Perhaps it was so cold his blood froze, or perhaps it was absorbed by his vestment. It is pretty cold. Maybe the blood really did just freeze inside his body. Okay. That message on the prayer flag seems a little weird, but I think I've seen everything there is to see around here. You have not found or heard anything in particular of worth. Anything of particular worth. Are you ready to give up? No, I'm not calling it quits yet. Does it look like you have any hope of winning, Mr. Wright? Emma. Can't really say at this point. All I know is I have to keep investigating. What are you two sneaks up to? I would advise you get back to work if you are done here, detective. Otherwise, I will report you to Prosecutor Salmati for dereliction of duty. Or dereliction? I'm going. Well, see you later, Mr. Wright. And good luck. I should really pay a visit to everyone in every place connected with this case. Let's go to the inner sanctum. See what kind of shit's going on up here. I've already searched here, but it never hurts to take another look around. I'm guessing that means there's nothing here, so let's leave. Hello? Sorry to bother you again, but... Oh, it's you. Barbed Head. You are not contemplating casting suspicion upon Lady Believe, are you? She lost her beloved husband, and now Acolyte Zealot, who is like a son to her. Of course I'm not. But since she was close to both victims, I wanted to hear what she has to say. Very well. And then there's the fact that Lady Kira didn't attack Miss Inmei. That probably means she isn't a rebel. Is this about poor Puree? Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can talk about that right now. Oh, really? But what about Maya? She's innocent. Maya? I heard she was found guilty. First my dead husband, and now Pere? Listen to me. You don't really believe that Maya's the killer, do you? I don't know. But that was the verdict, so what else can I believe? What am I to do? The verdict was only reached in your husband's case. It was already reached in your husband's case. But the truth of the matter is yet to be found. How can you be so sure? Because I believe that Maya is innocent. That is all I have right now. My faith in her. So please, help me understand what happened. So you're defending her based solely on faith? Even though you'll be punished for abetting the accused? That's right. Alright then. Your faith has moved me. I will tell you what I can. Are you sure about this, Lady Believe? My lovely wife is also a devout follower of Kurainism. As such, she is not one to make light of another's faith. But if I find that you have lied about your faith and Maya Fey's innocence, I shall curse your entire family and all your disciples for the next 8 generations. Hey, leave Athena and Apollo alone, buddy. How did Acolyte Zealot end up living here as your husband's disciple? About 2 years ago, while my husband was at a spiritual retreat in the mountains, he came across prey collapsed on the ground. That's when he brought him here. You were always one to help those in need, weren't you, dear? And he'd been living here ever since? About 2 years ago. That's around the same time Maya arrived in Kurain. Yes, he was born in a poor village and had nowhere to call home. My husband felt pity for the boy, so he took him in as his disciple. But not only as his disciple, he was like a member of our family too. I see. If this is where Acolyte Zealot lives, there might be something I could learn about him lying around here. That's it? Okay. We're just gonna look around, I guess. So you like to play whatever this is? This game looks kind of like checkers or chess. You mean to say you have never heard of Chachundemachal? I have heard people describe it as Kurainese chess. So 2 players take turns moving their pieces in a bid to capture the other's king. Not quite. In Chachundemal, the object is the utter annihilation of your opponent. Furthermore, each piece has a special move that can only be used once per game. Special moves? Sounds like a game right up Maya's alley. Okay. Probably this most picture or something, right? Get a good look at that shit. A photo of the High Priest, his wife, Acolyte Zealot, and Maya. Let's get a good look at him. Since Maya's in it, it must have been taken the day before the rite. I should ask Miss Inmi about it. Taken during the Feast of Blessings on the day before the rite. To think that this would be their final family photo. That no good Maya Fey has some nerve. I mean, here she is posing with the 2 men whom she'd soon kill. I beg to differ. I see this photo as proof that she didn't kill them. That smile of hers does not fool me. I sense a deep and abiding malice behind it. I'll prove my smile is the real deal. Now, do I want to talk to her, or do I want to present the... Okay, I want to present it to her. Take that! Can I ask you about this photo? It was taken during the... I just noticed that Believe is wearing the watch. Which must mean that Believe is like a really big, I don't remember the name of the superhero that Maya's holding in her hand. But I remember she traded with someone. So it must have been her. Because I remember that she said that she traded the watch, the Steel Samurai watch. It was taken during the Feast of Blessings, the day before the rite was held. The Feast of Blessings? Would you mind telling me a little bit more about it? This photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings. The Feast of Blessings? Yes. It is forbidden to eat during the days of the rite, so the day before it's performed. We enjoy dishes full of an herb known to strengthen the body and mind. You loved the Jinjil-based dishes I make, didn't you, dear? Jinjil. I heard you can go 3 days without sleeping after eating some. I'm just gonna call it that. Yes, but many foreigners do not care for it because of its strong smell. Our customs say that these dishes can only be eaten the day before the purification rite, and only between noon and 3 p.m. That's pretty specific. Is it because the smell is too strong? A very good guess, indeed. It is to ensure the smell is gone by the time Lady Kira is welcomed the next day. Wow, is it really that strong? Come to think of it, the evening before the murder, an overwhelming odor was all over town. It was like a cross between garlic and mint. After the Feast of Blessings, Prey went over to the plaza to begin his supplication. I never thought that would be the last time I would see him. What was Maya doing at the time? Shortly after Prey left, she went to the temple to prepare for the rite. I don't know what she did after that. So Acolyte Zealot went out to pray the afternoon before the rite? According to the newspaper, on the day before the rite, the plaza was so cold the whole place had iced over. Prey always prayed a lot, far more than anyone I've ever known. He was a devout young man whose faith was twice as strong as others. I don't know why, but that's kinda intimidating to me. I thought I'd have made some progress by now. But I haven't come across any particularly insightful information, even here. You seem disappointed. Miss Inmate, is there anything else you could tell me? Forgive me, but if I keep thinking about these two any longer... Barbed head. Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. I'm sorry to have troubled you. We have paid a visit to all of the people and places connected with this case. I think it's about time you prepared yourself for the inevitable, don't you? I don't know where we're supposed to go now. I guess we could go see Maya. Maya sure looks tired. I'm so sorry, Maya. I failed to defend you during that trial earlier today. I'm sorry too, Nick. I never meant to get caught up in this whole mess. Even worse, I got you caught up in it too. And you were convicted under that stupid law. Nick, you should really withdraw from this case. Maybe they'll even commute your sentence if you do. I could never abandon you like that. You might not believe me, but I'm going to pull off a win somehow. It's not like I don't believe in you, it's just... Don't worry, Maya. Or don't worry. Maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside out and upside down, you'll see. Okay. You're awful quiet, Your Benevolence. It's only a matter of time until your executions are carried out. I simply thought I would allow you a good talk before you depart from this world. Sorry, but we're not giving up. Yet, and we won't till the bitter end. There is no need to put on a brave face. Your fates were sealed with today's verdict. Worry not of my Mayafe. The Twilight Realm will cleanse the taint from that neophyte practitioner's soul. Then perhaps the Holy Mother may finally forgive her. Wait. Was that her attempt at comforting me? Barbed head. Further resistance shall come to naught. Stop your desperate struggle. Accept the judgment that has been passed upon you. Shelfie doesn't know me very well. Then perhaps your sentence will be commuted. And hold it right there, your benevolence. Why do you always have to be like that? What are you... What is the matter? I was simply showing some mercy upon your souls. Nick here is risking his life to defend me. And that is why I told you it will come to... No, it won't! Nick is just doing what lawyers are supposed to do. He's defending his client, no matter what. Enough. There is no place for lawyers in the Hall of Justice. For we have the divination seance. But your insights were wrong! Oh boy, that's gotta hurt. Don't you get it? Errors are bound to happen if your insights are accepted without question. So I ask you, Royal Priestess, what is your true duty? Do the victim's souls of the Holy Mother herself wish you to judge people in error? You dare bring Her Holiness's name into this? You know nothing, you phony baloney! Please, you two, enough already. Sorry, Nick. I got a little carried away. That's not really like me, huh? No, I should be thanking you, Maya. It's good to have you in my corner. How dare you mock me so? You will not get away with this. I was a fool to show you compassion, and to think I could convince you to accept your fate. So struggle all you want in the Hall of Justice tomorrow. You will receive your just deserts, as the scorn of our kingdom is heaped upon you. Uh-oh. We got ourselves a comment. Someone want me to do some Dragon Ball Z fight. Get out of here. Okay, I can see straight through your, I can see straight through that contorted smile on your face, you know. She may say these terrible things. It's just the way she was raised, I guess. Could you try remembering what happened one more time? I've been trying as hard as I can, but I can't remember anything from the middle of the right onward. Alright, you suddenly felt sleepy, and everything after that's a blank. Even so, I didn't kill anyone, and I'm not the one going around dressed as Lady Kira. Although it's kind of cool to think there's a mysterious female vigilante out there. Right. Were you close to Acolyte Zealot? We met several times during the meetings about the rite, but I didn't know him very well. He seemed pretty quiet. Didn't you eat together the day before the rite? Yeah, we ate this one super stinky dish, but it was actually really good. I wasn't sure I'd like it, but it was love at first bite. Like, you know the salty noodles at Eldune's Noodles? It was like if you added garlic and herbs to that, and then let it simmer for a really long time. Sounds more like a hot pot than ramen to me at that point. Now I miss ramen too. So what was Acolyte Zealot like while you were eating? He seemed to be enjoying the food. But as soon as we were done, he left to go pray. What did you do? Oh, I returned to the temple to prepare for the rite. That coincides with Miss Enmi's description of events. Any idea who might be pretending to be Lady Kira? When the rite started, it was just me and Abbot Enmi. but the seance vision showed a third figure who looked like Lady Kira. I know. Lady Kira, I wish I could have seen her in the flesh. Yeah, let's stay focused on that case, shall we? It was supposed to have been impossible for a third party to enter the inner sanctum. Ah, but what if she came from the sky? You know, like that bushy bearded paratrooper. That mountain would have been no match for Lady Kira's wings. That's from the Plumed Punisher TV show, right? Or maybe it's Plumed? How'd you know? Because the real Lady Kira doesn't have wings. Oh, I've got it this time. There must have been a secret room with a secret door at the inner sanctum. Did you know there's an 88? There are 88 Plumed Punisher bases here in Kurain? Can you please stop talking about the Plumed Punisher show for a sec, Maya? I guess so. Keeping it real is much harder than it looks. Well, I should get going now. Sorry I wasn't any help. Don't worry, I've got this. We'll be at the charges tomorrow and be on the first plane back home before you know it. Then we'll go grab dinner at El Dunes, or your favorite burger joint. You pick. Sounds good. I think I'll get the extra large hamburg steaks topping on my salty bowl. Best of both worlds. You can have whatever you like, but first I have to beat the charges. I almost forgot. Well, what is it? I have a favor to ask. Okay, but why are we whispering? I forgot I left something at the High Priest's house. It's super important. Would you mind getting it and holding on to it for me? Sure, so what's this super important thing? It's in my bag. You'll find it in a folding book. It's only given to the priestess who performs the rite. It's called the Tome of Secrets. That does sound important. How could you leave something like that just lying around? That explains all the whispering. If Rafa found out, all heck would break loose. Look, it's got Lady Kira's real name written in it, so... Oops, don't tell anyone I told you that. In fact, just forget I said anything at all. It's supposed to be a secret. Tome of Secrets contains secrets. Imagine that. What are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing. It's just she forgot something, so I told her I'd go get it. You are up to something. I just know it. Thanks, Nick. I'm counting on you. Hey, look. High Priest's house. Hello? Anybody home? No answer. Miss Enemy is probably out right now. Well, I'll just get what I came for. I'm watching you like a warbad, barbed head. You'd better not steal anything. I would never do something like that. I'm just here to get what I asked for. Then get on with it. I would if you'd stop interrupting me. Ah, here's Maya's bag. What is that strange patch on her bag? It's the Steel Samurai. He's the hero of an action show back in my country. It's actually Maya's favorite show. She's got all sorts of merchandise related to it. I see. He looks strikingly similar to the Plumed Punisher. They are similar, but the Steel Samurai definitely came first. I see. How interesting. Rafa seems genuinely intrigued. There must be a common thread between Plumed Punisher and Steel Samurai fans. Come to think of it, didn't Maya mention something about trading with a Plumed Punisher fan? But I digress. I better find out what she asked me to look for and get going. Let's see here. This must be that Tome of Secrets that Maya was talking about. Tome given only to the one who will play the role of Lady Kira in the Purification Rite. Can I get a look at that? Well, Barbed Head, are you finished now? Hold on a second. The string around it's coming undone. Oops! Oh. You fool! Do not lay eyes upon it! Put it away, quickly, before we go blind! Relax, my hand just slipped. This is the Tome of Secrets. Are you trying to get us cursed? Lady Kira is liable to swoop down and gouge our eyes out. Oh, right. This book is related to Lady Kira, isn't it? Your benevolence. Would you mind if I asked you some questions? I'd like to get a look at this. Okay. The priestess acting as Lady Kira's representative must know her name. That name is... Imsan? 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 Speaking this name is unforgivable. Oops! Lock this knowledge deep in your heart and devote yourself to prayer. And we can just get a look at this all we want now. Alright, what can I see from this? I just see the Warbod dagger, that's about it though. Huh. Let me take a look. Okay, no. Just seeing if I could see any differences from this dagger and that one. But I was looking for mainly one thing. I was seeing which way that the bird was facing, but it's pointing in the same direction as the blade. Like the blade ends at a point downwards, and the bird is also facing downwards. And the dagger right here, yes, both of the points are facing downwards. So, okay, just thought that might be a thing. Never know. Okay, this is not something I would normally speak about to an outsider such as you. Well, can't you make an exception? If you insist. Nana. What of this folding book? Yes. I see. This very important tome is bestowed upon the priestess in the purification rite. Very important? What's written inside? Yes. Yes. Yes, I see. Really? It's alright to reveal that? Your benevolence? Patience, patience. The book contains Lady Kira's true name. Her true name? Is a name really that important of a secret? To a Kurainist priest, a person's name is one of the most important things to know. Lady Kira's real name. What's so important about a name? Without a name, a priestess' voice will fail to reach a person's matama. It is much like trying to send a letter without the recipient's address. A spirit can only be identified once you know the deceased's face and name. Oh, I get it. It's like when you see someone in a crowd and you recognize, but you don't know their name. It makes it impossible to get their attention. Indeed, you must know a spirit's face and true name before you can commune with it. It is the same for Kurainist's most secret art, one that my mother alone may use. The queen has a secret art? Oh, we know what it is already. It is something a foreigner such as you could never hope to guess. Let me guess it. Let me guess it! Grant spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. Come on, let Phoenix guess it. I should pretend this is all new to me. Besides, I get the feeling she secretly really wants to tell me all about it. Could you tell me about this secret art of the queen you spoke of? Come again? Oh, sorry. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this. It is a secret after all, right? It is the secret art of spirit channeling. But I suppose those words are meaningless to you. I'm just surprised how willing you are to tell me about it. A third-rate lawyer could not channel spirits simply by learning of the technique. Third rate is a bit harsh. I'd even settle for second. Hey. Shoot. You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. Oops. I love that image. Okay, back to video games. What is it? You have the look of a tentacle of a tentacled hag frog? Nope. Got nothing. Maybe I thought that's just a weird thing to say. Okay. What the heck is it? Okay, yeah, what the heck is a tentacled hag frog? Spirit channeling. That's where a medium lets a spirit possess her body to return to our world, right? Well now, I see you have done your homework. Oh, I guess I studied a bit. With the power of spirit channeling, one can bring back even the most ancient of spirits. It is quite a magnificent power, is it not? I've never seen her eyes light up like this before. I imagine they're pretty shocked when they come back from ancient times. Indeed. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even the spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time. Between the moment of its death and the moment it's channeled? Yes, and yet, it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. Thus, even heroes and scholars of antiquity can be channeled and directly learned from. Our queens have also used this power to help the rulers of neighboring lands seek counsel. That is why we have never been invaded and how we have maintained our unique culture. So spirit channeling is a really effective tool for international politics. It is indeed. And that is why only those with the power to channel spirits may rule our kingdom. Now you better step aside for Queen Maya. But of late, there has been an endless influx of illegal immigrants from neighboring lands. The fools come seeking the same great power as my mother. Illegal immigrants? Yes, it is becoming quite a problem. Some have lost their way in life and look to Kurainism for their salvation. Among them are also those of dubious nature, who have been driven from their own lands. Dubious nature? Driven from their own land? Gasp and Pain definitely fit that bill. But they sure weren't treating him like an illegal alien. Can you channel spirits, your benevolence? I am but the royal priestess. There is still much that I must learn. As of now, the divination seance takes me to the very limit of my ability. So her spiritual power doesn't measure up to Maya's. You were just mocking me in your mind, weren't you? Don't be ridiculous. It's written all over your face, you impudent nincompoop. The divination seance was once one of the important roles to be filled by the queen. That is what my mother taught me when I was little. So the queen can perform the dance of devotion? That'd be a sight to see. Someday, I will be a powerful priestess and queen, just like my mother. And the divination seance is a vital part of my training to prepare for me for that day. Forgive my ignorance, your bad ones. You shall see. It will not be long before I, too, master the secret art of spirit channeling. I will be a magnificent queen, who unites her people for the greater good of Kurain. Now I see. Spirit channeling is something she really aspires to. And Maya can just do that shit. So can Pearl. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. It looks like she actually has something in common with Maya. Get out of here. Are you quite through now? There are more important things to do than stand here and talk about spirit channeling. That's true. It doesn't have anything to do with this case, as far as I can tell. Or does it? If the queen is a spirit medium, are you about to suggest that my mother was channeling Lady Kira? I guess you saw that one coming. Lawyers are indeed a witless breed. On the day of the rite, my mother was engaged in other duties at the palace. Of course. You know, if she can channel spirits, why doesn't the queen just channel trust in me? And have him be like, oh, it was this person. It wasn't Maya. It was them. Of course. My mother is a very busy woman, and the idea itself is preposterous. Maybe that's it. You know, I don't think a male has been, channeled before in Phoenix Wright. Have they? I think it's only been females. Yeah, I don't recall a male being spiritually summoned. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's only been females. Do you truly believe the Queen of Kurain would personally battle the insurgents? This is precisely what makes you third rate. Another dead end. This is bad. Anyway, I need to continue looking for leads, so... Over there! After him! Don't let him escape! What is all this racket? Oh, that better not be all... Oh, wait, no. It's the guy. It's the guy. Anonymous. What? That escaped prisoner has surfaced here in town? Escaped prisoner? You mean that guy with the bushy beard? There's no reason to panic. The police are on his trail. He's no longer a suspect. But he might know something, considering he was at the scene of the crime. Let's go take a look! Wait! This was supposed to be more like, wait! Look at that burb. Sitting there. Puff. Puff. Ow. My aching back. I forgot how badly I injured it. Ow, ow, ow. I need to do some stretching and exercise more when I get back home. Ah, Mr. Wright. Albie, what are you doing here? Huff. Huff. Hey, Albie. That's horrible. Have you seen him? Are you alright, sir? 1 second. Have you seen that escaped prisoner around here? Oh, so that's why all those police came rushing over here. I heard them saying something about an escaped prisoner disappearing in this area. He disappeared in this area? He couldn't have taken to the air again, could he? Barbed head. I told you to wait. It's too dangerous for you around here, your benevolence. Mr. Arble could be lurking nearby. What sort of princess would I be if all it took was an escaped prisoner to frighten me? She's fearless, I'll give her that. Can't be responsible if something happens to you. As long as I'm here, though, I might as well search the area myself. For an escaped prisoner, where would I hide? I'd probably hide in a fruit cart, to be honest. Look at all these vegetables. Let's see. There's all those. They're freshly picked this morning. I've never heard about any of them. Maybe I'll buy some to see what they taste like. You want some too, Albie? My treat. Really? Thank you, sir. I'll take some of this, and oh, this too. Albie? That's quite a lot you've got there already, don't you think? But this is barely enough for a side dish. I hope I brought enough money. It's gotta be. They gotta be in the oxen right there. It's that cow-like animal. It's a yak. Oh, it's a yak. They carry heavy loads and provide milk. They're indispensable partners in our daily lives. Interesting. Hey, they're kind of cute close up. Oh, and they are also prized for their meat. You know, the meat you enjoyed so much last night? Oh, partner must mean something else here. I can't read the sign, but this looks like a souvenir shop. Too bad I don't have time to do some shopping right now. But I'll have to stop by here before I go back home. I'm sure everyone's expecting something, especially Trucy. Allow me to explain. This bird is known as a warbad. It's only found here in Kurain. Oh, right. the bird Lady Kira based herself on. It's a really beautiful bird. Tourists must love it. They usually do. There's just one thing about it that's kind of hit or miss. Its unusual cry drives children to tears. It can even make some adults collapse in fear. Maybe they should keep such a fearsome creature in a less crowded area.